It's a battle of wits between the Knights and the Gators, next on Quiz Kids.
It's the Bay Area Quiz Kids. Brought to you by the San Mateo Credit Union. And now, the best host on the West Coast, Brad Friedman.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. And as always, we have two great teams for you. Let's meet them now. Over here, we have the Sacred Heart Prep Gators. And on this side, the Hillsdale High School Knights. So, gentlemen, we will begin right away with the first three-for-all round. I will ask a toss-up question. If you get it right, it's worth 5 points. If you give me 2 correct answers, it's worth 10. 3 correct answers will earn you 25 points. Let's start with the first toss-up. Good luck to both teams. Drinking a mysterious potion releases the cruel side of Dr. Jekyll's personality. In an 1886 novel about a strange case, what was the name adopted? Sloan.
The Strange Case of Mr. Hyde and Dr. Jekyll.
No. Well, really? Okay. What was the name adopted by that alter ego?
Mr. Hyde.
Yes. Which Scottish author of A Child's Garden of Verses wrote The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde?
Don't know. Do you?
Stevens?
No, it's Robert Louis Stevenson.
Oh.
On 24th August 79 AD, a terrible shock struck southern Italy. Name this... Yes, Jake.
Vesuvius.
Right. Bigger and more famous than Herculaneum is what largest of the 3 towns buried? Our best glimpse at Roman life in AD 79.
Pompeii.
The nephew of this admiral wrote an account of Vesuvius' eruption to the historian Tacitus, in which his uncle died trying to rescue people. Name him.
Pliny the Younger.
Yes.
Yeah. Pliny the Younger.
That is right for 25 points. Earth and its solar system are part of what galaxy? Sloan.
The Milky Way.
The Whirlpool Galaxy is an example of which of the 3 broad classes of galaxies shown in the Hubble tuning fork diagram?
Spiral.
What subclass of spirals features a thick, straight line of stars, dust, and gas that extends through the central bulge?
Barred spiral.
That is right. You win 25 points. This country was devastated by a January 2010 earthquake. Yes, Royce.
Japan.
No. Name this Caribbean nation, a former French colony, and the western neighbor of the Dominican Republic.
Haiti.
Haiti shares which island with the Dominican Republic? Christopher Columbus gave the island its name when he claimed it for the Spanish crown.
Santo Domingo.
No, it's Hispaniola.
Oh my God.
One video game added the Ham Am High episode in December 2010. Name that game in which a player uses a slingshot to battle pigs who stole... Royce.
Angry Birds.
Yes. First written for iPhones, Angry Birds was adapted for phones using which Google operating system?
Android?
Yes, a board game called Angry Birds Knock on Wood will be released by what company that sells Othello and Pictionary?
No. Milton Bradley?
No, Mattel.
Oh, Mattel.
She has succeeded Daniel Patrick Moynihan and Condoleezza Rice in 2 different government positions. Name, yes, Royce.
Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton spent 8 years representing what state in the Senate?
New York.
New York Governor David Paterson appointed which congresswoman to succeed Hillary Clinton in the Senate?
I don't know. Smith.
No, it's Kirsten Gillibrand. One of this author's short stories reveals that Roderick unknowingly buried his sister Madeline alive. Name this author of The Fall of the House of Usher, who also wrote such macabre stories as The Telltale... Royce.
Is it Edgar Allan Poe?
This Poe story centers on Montresor, who entombs his enemy Fortunato alive.
A Telltale Heart, I think. A Telltale Heart?
No, it's the cask of Amontillado. In the 19th century, Illinois expelled what religious group which settled on the shores of the... Yes, David.
Mormons.
Sabbath Day Lake in Maine is the last remaining colony of what celibate group known for their production of plain furniture?
Amish.
No, the Shakers. As president, he served just under 2 full terms. Name the trust-busting cowboy who's progressive... Yes, Sloan.
Teddy Roosevelt.
One advance during Teddy Roosevelt's administration was the move to give women the vote. What name was given to women activists who campaigned for the vote?
Suffragettes.
Right. What group of social reformers did Teddy Roosevelt name from a passage in John Bunyan, a group he regarded as well-intending troublemakers for their efforts to clean up corruption?
The Luddites.
They were the muckrakers. Lent begins on which day of fasting when many... Yes,
Ash
David?
Wednesday.
What, say again?
Ash Wednesday?
Yes. Not counting Sundays, Lent lasts how many days, which is also how long Jesus spent in the wilderness?
40.
The final week of Lent includes Maundy Thursday, a feast day commemorating what event?
The Last Supper.
You got 25 points. Most chemical reactions in cells require these proteins in order to occur at useful rates. Yes, Sloan?
Enzymes.
Which enzyme produced in the chief cells of the stomach breaks down the bonds between amino acids in proteins?
Pepsin.
Yes. Which enzyme present in saliva, tears, human milk, and mucus is a natural form of protection from such pathogens as Salmonella and E. coli? It is a lysozyme. They performed during the Super Bowl halftime show in February 2011. Yes, Royce.
Black Eyed Peas.
What 2011 Black Eyed Peas single, which shares its name with a Depeche Mode song, begins with the words, "Boy, I think about it every night and day"?
No answer.
Just can't get enough. I'm going to stop now. We will be right back after these messages.
Since 1952, San Mateo Credit Union has been proud to help San Mateo County members and their families achieve their financial dreams. Our deep commitment to the community we serve includes offering a wide variety of financial education programs, like financial literacy workshops for youth, adults, and seniors, seminars about raising money-smart kids, identity theft prevention, and many more. For more information about San Mateo Credit Union, visit us at www.smcu.org.
Hey, need some video work done? We can do that. We do all that video stuff. We can even put your video on that internet thingy. At Peninsula TV, we do full-blown in-studio production, talk shows, performances, speeches, anything. Remote multi-camera production, on location, at your event. And for the budget-minded, single camcorder production in high definition. We'll take your video project from first idea to finished product. For more info, contact Peninsula TV. And now it's time to meet the Quiz Kids. Once again, here's Brad.
Welcome back. Let's say hello to the Hillsdale Knights and senior Jeremy Kirshner. You decided to start a Molly UN club, and how is that going?
It's going very well. It's a learning experience for everybody involved because nobody's ever done anything like this before.
Are you representing a country in your own right, or are you?
Yeah, I'm representing America.
How nice.
Yeah.
Got a kind of a heads up there. Well, good luck with the club, Jeremy.
Thank you.
Jake Stone, whose mother makes him do all the cooking at home, is now going to spend the next 15 minutes telling you how to make garlic pot roast. Go.
Okay, so what you do, you cut slits in a big chuck roast, then you stuff the garlic inside the slits so that it gets all throughout the meat. Then you sear it and just braise it in a little water and beef broth for the next 3 to 4 hours.
I'm
It'll
starving.
be really tender.
I'm sorry, I'm not playing the game until I get lunch. Jake, that sounds delicious. Your mother must be very proud. Royce Wilmot, you're a senior, and I noticed you guys decided to really style it with these tuxedo T-shirts that you purchased.
Right, exactly.
What was the purpose of tuxedo T-shirts?
Well, I think it says that we're trying to be formal, but we're here to party. And
there you go, and I can feel it already. Well, I want you guys to party right on down to the collaboration round. I will have 7 questions for you, each worth 10 points. Give me all the answers correct. You'll get an extra 30-point bonus for a total of 100 points. You just have to pick one of 3 categories to start us off. And the categories today are, Isn't It Midnight? When in Rome? And my least favorite category ever on Quiz Kids, Very Tall People.
Very tall people.
Very tall people.
Okay, these are all people that remind you of your host, Brad Friedman. They're tall people. His promotion said this French-born wrestler was 7'5", but he was really only 6'11".
Andre the Giant?
Yes. This Russian czar was almost 7 feet tall and intimidated the boyars.
Ivan the Terrible.
Sure.
Ivan the Terrible?
Peter the Great.
Oh.
After she drank something that said, "Drink me," she suddenly grew very tall.
I don't know.
Curiouser and curiouser, it's Alice in Wonderland.
Oh.
This Chinese-born basketball player played for the Maryland Nighthawks and the Beijing Ducks after the LA Lakers did not choose him.
Yao Ming?
No, Sun Ming Ming. Ted Cassidy played this tall, ghoulish manservant to the Addams Family and also took bit roles in other fantasy shows.
Lurch?
Lurch is right. Characters in the paintings of this Italian artist appear to be very tall due to their elongated necks.
Michelangelo.
No, it's Modigliani. Finally, he was the tallest warrior at Troy, even taller than his cousin Achilles.
Paris?
No, it was Bradus Friedmanicus. It was Ajax. You earned 20 points. Congratulations. We turn to the Sacred Heart Prep Gators. In their garb, they show that nothing beats real class with the tie. See that right there? Kevin Knox, you're a senior, and a golfer.
Yes,
so
sir.
I asked you, what's your handicap? And you said?
Scratch.
And I said, is that good? So I understand that's really good.
It's okay. It's pretty good, I guess.
Pretty good. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we have a Tiger Woods in the making. Who knows?
Doubt it.
Okay, well, I wish you the very best in your golfing career, Kevin. Sloan Sturzenegger, you're also a senior, and you are doing an independent study class writing iPhone apps,
Yes.
including games.
Yes.
I played your game, Clay Pigeons. And I would just want everyone to know I was just as awful at that as I am at Angry Birds. Didn't hit one clay pigeon. Well, I got one, the first one. That was the lucky shot. So do you want to do that for a living?
Maybe. I think that'd be really fun.
Good. Make better games that I can win. David Ferranti, a freshman. I worked with your brother in this team many years, and now here you are, continuing the tradition, and you're also an accomplished musician. What do you play?
Clarinet, piano, and saxophone.
And you're in the jazz band at school.
Yeah.
You get up at 7 a.m. twice a week to play in jazz band.
Yep.
I hope you guys sound good that early in the morning.
Oh, we do.
Good, good, good. Let's give you guys a chance. You guys are tied right now. Maybe you can shoot ahead with this round. All you have to do is pick a category, either Isn't It Midnight or When in Rome.
We'll do Isn't It Midnight?
Isn't It Midnight? The clues all contain the word midnight. Not the answers, but the clues, okay? Midnight's Children by this author is about children born the moment India became independent. You can talk it over.
You know? Indira Gandhi.
No, it's Salman Rushdie. The Midnight Judges were last-minute appointees by this president to thwart Jefferson by packing the courts with Federalist opponents.
John Adams.
Right. This is the only U.S. state that enjoys the midnight sun during summer.
Alaska.
Correct. Midnight Madness celebrates the first day in what month when college basketball teams may start practicing?
Oh, no, March. When you start practice. No, wait.
October.
Correct. His midnight ride alerted colonists that the British were advancing on Lexington.
Paul Revere.
Yes. Although he started his career in teen comedies like One Crazy Summer, this actor took a lead role in Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. John Cusack. And finally, after midnight, this Scot sees a dagger of the mind, hears his wife's bell, and goes to commit regicide.
Macbeth.
You got it, and that's 5 correct. 130, congratulations. We will return in just a moment.
And now we're back with the second half of Quiz Kids. Take it away, Brad.
Let's give a big hand to the coaches for both teams. First from Sacred Heart, Mr. Kevin Morris. And from Hillsdale High School, Mr. Ethan Stewart and Mr. Chris Stallings. Gentlemen, we're back to the three-for-all, but the point values are doubled. One correct answer will get you 10 points. A second answer will get you 25 points. If you answer all three questions, you'll earn 50 points. The score is 130 to 80. Good luck to both teams. Here we go. In 2007, an additional 20,000 soldiers were sent to dramatically increase the U.S. presence in Baghdad. And yes, Sloan.
What is the surge?
Yes. The surge was overseen by which general who then succeeded Stanley A. McChrystal in Afghanistan?
Petraeus?
Right. After Afghanistan, Petraeus became the head of which government agency once led by George H.W. Bush?
The CIA?
That is correct for 50 points. It's very efficient at storing energy, making which first solid alkali metal useful in lab... Jake.
Lithium.
Which element, the last one with a stable isotope, is used in car batteries and once was used in gasoline as well?
Lead.
Which first F-block element is used as the anode in nickel metal hydride batteries?
Cadmium.
No, it's lanthanum. The German Empire was established at the end of what war, which saw one side lose the region of Alsace-Lorraine? The Franco-Prussian War. This king of Phrygia once found Silenus in his garden. He protected Silenus until Dionysus came in for him. As a reward, this king asked Dionysus for a gift that turned out...
Midas.
David?
Midas.
That's right. What did the greedy king request as his reward?
That whatever he touched would be turned into gold.
Yes. Later, Midas served as the judge of a music contest between Marsyas and what god of music, who punished Midas for choosing his rival?
Apollo.
You got 50 points. Found in Denali National Park, what peak named for a U.S. president, Jeremy?
Mount McKinley.
At 14,505 feet, which mountain in California's Sierra Nevada range is the tallest in the 48 contiguous states?
Mount Whitney.
Right. Located in North Carolina's Black Mountains, what is the highest peak in the U.S. east of the Mississippi River?
What? Defer.
Cumberland?
Mount Mitchell. This field in mechanics deals with the path of particles or projectiles that, for most or all of their flight, are only affected by gravity and drag. Yes, Jake?
Ballistics.
In the simplest case, a particle affected only by uniform gravity will have a path that is what kind of conic section?
Parabola.
At high velocities, the drag experienced by an object is proportional to the object's speed, its cross-sectional area, the square of its velocity, and what fourth factor?
Air density. Air density?
Can I accept? He said air density. I think so. All right. Yes, for 50 points. Partly due to a visit by the British preacher George Whitefield, religious activity in the American colonies rose. Yes, Royce.
The Great Awakening.
The principal American figure of the Great Awakening was which Calvinist minister known for the sermon Sinners in the Hands of an Angry God?
Jonathan Edwards.
That sermon is an exposition of their foot shall slide in due time. Chapter 32, verse 35 of which Old Testament book?
Leviticus.
Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy.
Because they chew their cud, sheep are known as what type of mammal? Ruminants. And that is the end of the round. 230 for Sacred Heart, 205 for Hillsdale. A close game. Who will win it? Follow us along after these messages.
Tournament champions will win an all-expenses-paid trip to Europe, courtesy of ACIS.
It is a close game as we begin our final round. I'll put 3 minutes on the clock. The questions are worth 30 points, and the clock will start running when I start reading the first question. Good luck to both teams. Recast by John Pass and John Stowe. Which object signaled yes, Kevin?
The Liberty Bell.
Right. They comprise Cooper pairs and are released in beta decay. What particles are often described, yes, Jake?
Electrons.
Right. From hell's heart I stab at thee. Jake?
Ahab.
Yes. What organ divided by the falciform ligament has caudate and quadrate lobes, stores glycogen?
Liver.
Yes, David?
Liver.
Yes. The La Pérouse Strait separates the Russian island of Sakhalin from what home of the Ainu people, the northernmost of the 4 main islands? Yes, Sloan.
Hokkaido?
That's right. Mahmoud Jabril leads what country's National Transitional Council, a body formed? Yes, Jeremy.
Libya.
Right. A spa town in Auvergne frequented by Napoleon III. What French city was the administrative center for the collaborationist government in World War II? Yes, Jake.
Vichy.
Right. This British Victorian writer wrote early science fiction. Who also wrote? Yes, Sloan.
Jules Verne?
No. Who also wrote of a supposed cure-all in Tono Bungay, The Scientist Griffin in The Invisible Man, and Eloy and Morlocks in The Time Machine?
H.G. Wells.
Right. It contains Bubiyan Island, borders Qatar, and is linked by the Strait of Hormuz to the Gulf of Oman. What body of water lies south of Iran? Sloan.
The Red Sea?
No. You can steal.
Persian Gulf.
Yes. Vulcanization of rubber requires what non-metallic element whose most stable allotrope has 8 member rings? Sloan.
Carbon.
No. You can steal.
Oxygen.
Sulfur. Sulfur.
Right. It isn't the southernmost point on its continent, but it does mark the point where a ship bound from Portugal to India begins to travel more eastward than southward. Yes, Jake.
The Cape of Good Hope.
Yes. It is proportional to its length over its cross-section. What property of an object is the ratio of voltage to current according to? Yes, Sloan.
Resistance?
Yes. Who served under Lord Howard of Effingham to lead the English against the Spanish Armada a decade after his golden? Yes, Jake.
Sir Francis Drake.
Yes. What term describes a repeatedly smaller series of circles, each within the last? Yes, Jake.
Concentric.
Yes. The site of Franklin Mountain State Park and the only major city on Mountain Time. What city lies across the Rio Grande from Ciudad Juarez, Mexico? Jeremy.
Mexico City.
No, you can steal.
El Paso?
That's right. The Eight-Nation Alliance helped suppress what 1898 to 1901 anti-foreigner uprising in Sloan?
The Boxer Rebellion?
Yes. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere is a line from whose letter for Birmingham jail? Sloan.
Martin Luther King Jr.
It lies about a light year from the sun. Name this region where comets are yes, Jake.
The Kuiper Belt.
No, where comets are hypothesized to originate in a cloud.
Ophir cloud?
It's the Oort cloud. The HMS, that is the end of the game. 440 for Sacred Heart. With 505, Hillsdale wins the game. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Promotional consideration furnished by the Birmingham Scottish Rite, the Knights Templar, Model Compilers, the Bay Area Academic League. Some questions of Quiz Kids are provided by National Academic Quiz Tournaments.